Thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Telling y'all what's happening. Today we talking about Cosby. I just want to say first off, bravo to all the new black media out there, the pro-black media out there, breaking down the Cosby case this week. We've been smashing on them, and I love to see it. It's good, I love it. First, let's get the obvious out the way. If you somebody who didn't believe that racism is a systemic thing in white supremacist, stolen-ass America, this case brought it out front and center. They used parts of an anti-black racist system, in this case the judicial and the media system, to come up with an anti-black racist result. This shit is a setup from the get-up. And one thing I find interesting about this whole thing, this is why I say white supremacy will never defeat black people ever on earth, period. White supremacist terrorism as a machine sure do know how to take the most painstaking route to get to shit. They require too many damn resources to achieve teeny weeny peeny minuscule ass gains in the world today, man. It's like, I guess it speaks to the big bulkiness of this white supremacist terrorist machine. They gotta go through so many changes when they have to make a move, or whenever they're called upon to move and to show up and show their might, quote unquote. You know what I mean? Public Enemy had a saying back in the day, it takes a nation of millions to hold us back. Well, damn, it's just one motherfucker, and it's done took millions of motherfuckers to collaborate and snake and scheme about this shit, right? This shit was laughable, the amount of shit they had to pull off. I laughed the whole time. It's like, for white supremacist terrorist society to be so bold and brave and tough and manly, you know Bill Cosby is 80 damn years old? You know, they went and found an elderly black man to pin a fake ass crime on. What weakness as a group these white supremacist terrorists must have, despite all that they talk about and try to pump themselves up to be. You know, I have my criticisms about Bill Cosby, but I stand behind him in his innocence. I direct you to my Twitter, where a couple months ago I sent a tweet to Bill Cosby just saying, man, hold your head, Dr. Cosby, you know. And I made sure to say, look, we all know this is some white supremacist bullshit shit. I wanted him to get that message that, look, we know what this is, Bill, you know what I mean? But for white supremacist terrorists to reach for this low-hanging geriatric fruit that is our elder Bill Cosby, to paste his face on sexual assault instead of his colleagues, his white supremacist terrorist males, who we know should be there in place of his face, right? They had to rely on so many spikes in the road, so many potholes in the road that they placed in his way to get it to that point. Y'all get what I'm saying? I just find it funny. So I want to start the video off by saying, just notice, in order to make a black man, one single black man, the face of some dirt for a little bit, for a couple of months. This whole Cosby is the face of all black men, and every black man by proxy is just like him. For a little bit, this will have a little current in white supremacist society. But look at all they had to do in order to make a black man the face of this shit for the next month or however long it's gonna last. As his white colleagues and just more general white supremacist terrorist males out there keep doing this sexual assault type of dirt, we know it's their damn wheelhouse to be good at that shit and to keep doing it. They'll be getting their days in court, they'll be in the news, and shit'll be right back to how it's been looking. And it's gonna stay looking as long as they're around doing this type of shit, right? But we're gonna approach this topic from looking at what had to be in place for this type of thing to happen. Because it's my idea that examining how something came to be will give you an idea of how to not make it be. So that means with the Cosby case, on all sides, what had to be in place in the black community, what had to be in place in white supremacist terrorist society, we're gonna look at it all. So let's start with white supremacist terrorist society first. What did they need in place in order for this to work? Well, first, you need to be able to bribe some bitches into being dirty, lying bitches on the stand and in media. So let's write that down. First, they need a monetary system. It had to be a creation of money. It had to be some lying ass bitches that were willing to take some money. That had to be in place. Let's write that down. You had to have ABC, NBC, CNN, Fox, all these various news media arms on board. So, okay, basically you had to have a monopoly on radio signal. That's fourth of all. So you had to invent a radio signal and then have a monopoly on it. This is all going into making one black man the face of this shit. Just stay with me. You had to have coons on board. You had to have the boule on board. And I know that had to hurt you, Dr. Cosby. Damn, the boule, them your homeboys. Oprah, TD Jakes. None of them saw fit to ride for you. Damn. But okay. You had to have all these things in place just to make one black man, the face of sexual assault and degeneracy, to cover the tracks of white male degeneracy, which is still gonna be coming up very soon. We still got Kavanaugh and all these other cases that ain't done yet, to make one black man the face of this shit for a couple months. And they gonna have to atone for their shit. Their shit is coming up next. It's like, it shows you how consistently half-baked, consistently limit-laden the building powers are of the white supremacist terrorist group. They've shown they can even try to put their mind to some shit. It still be some half-fried, half-baked, half-cooked bullshit shit that come out the oven. Some loose end having ass shit. That's why I say us as a group, black people, man, we can never be defeated by no motherfucker, especially not these motherfuckers. All we gotta do is make a few choice moves, a few choice decisions, and we'll be back on top within 24 hours. I'm telling you, it's just that simple. I just wanna say that. In my mind, I can only liken white supremacist terrorist society playing this kind of game with Bill Cosby, basically their relationship to black society, as Nazi Germany. This is what the shit looked like to me. Where on one hand you got Germany presenting its SS soldiers, Hitler, its allies and shit, all these faces as being the angels of society. Despite all the psychopath shit they was doing and carrying out, and I'm sure they were sexually assaulting Jews, white Jews, as they call them, at this time. I'm sure they were doing that type of shit. And they created a system around denigrating white Jews as a habit, so they could justify doing fucked up shit to them, all the while being degenerate, fucked up, dope-headed ass, PTSD having Nazi motherfuckers themselves. They was fucked up in the game as well. And for the sake of this example, we'll say Bill Cosby represents all Jews, just to make the analogy. And these Nazi guys, they didn't have to be denigrated into being fucked up people. They didn't have to have media at work against them 24/7 to create a negative public opinion about them that could be used against them. They didn't have to have a system around them to denigrate them in order to make their degeneracy evident in the world, to make them the face of any act of degeneracy out there. Matter of fact, everything was done to make them look good. They were told they were being good Nazi people back then. So think about it. You got your Les Moonves for CBS being told he's good by everybody. You got Matt Lauer being told you're fired, but no court date, no court, you're good. People at Fox, you got Stephen Collins of Seventh Heaven, you're good, rape all the kids you want to. You got Charlie Sheen You're good. Give AIDS to men, women, and children whenever, however you want to. You're good. Judge Brett Kavanaugh, James Toback, Harvey Weinstein. I'm keeping count while I'm saying this to y'all. I want to see how many non-black Bill Cosbys we have in proportion to one Bill Cosby that we have. I just want to look at multi-million-dollar motherfuckers. So let's see. We got Bill Clinton. He raped a damn attorney general in this bitch. Got Donald Trump. Can't forget his ass. Where we at? We at a ratio of 1 to 10 right now? Damn. That's not including dead motherfuckers like Roger Ailes. But oh, don't forget the non-millionaire white supremacist terrorist males out here raping and sexually assaulting people. Cameron Harrison, the Alabama high school football star, y'all remember last year on some Al Bundy shit. But he bragging about raping 16-year-old girls. Got Justin Snyder just last week, the air traffic controller in Alaska who choked a chick and masturbated on her and all this shit. We got his bitch ass. The Gerard Depardieu dude, the French actor that was raping a bitch just last month in August. He's under investigation currently for some rape allegations. That's a 1 to damn 13, 14, 15 damn near ratio. Add all of that up. And all of these dudes that I just mentioned are being told that they are good. And they are good to go within this system. These beings' own history in America speaks to the level of degeneracy they represent without some prop system of lies being pumped up about them in order to make it some sort of consensus. They've been holding down this spot like P.O.P. Legally Blind when it comes to the sexual assault shit. The white supremacist terrorist male. I just want to say it again. This is who they are. They don't need no system to make it so. This is who they are. With us, they need to machine and mechanize some shit just to get one motherfucker with no hard evidence at that. With them, they falling out the damn woodworks, getting caught all kind of ways with all kind of proof. You know? So, my advice to black people is don't let white supremacist terrorist society troll you with this Cosby case into thinking that black people are somehow the face of this issue that clearly belongs to them and their kind. I just want to get that out first. I dare you to find 8 black multimillionaires we talking about with hard evidence doing this type of shit. And I especially dare you to find 4 black non-millionaires who go to court for rape allegations. You know what I mean? That type of shit get handled in the hood. They get handled in the community. We handle that shit. Black men aren't the face of rape in the world. That's the first thing I want to say. Mathematically speaking, there are no black equivalents for these numbers we see in white males, period. It's a figment. It's a Disney lie circus that they put around this shit, and they trying to run with it for a couple months until they come under fire. Next. But let's look at that. The thing about this lie circus that they running and that they threw Cosby into, understand that the circus just can't stop at Cosby. This is for Black Hollywood to listen. If you out there, listen up, Black Hollywood. This for y'all rich asses. Cosby alone can't be the main attraction of this lynching ass, lying ass circus they running, and then the circus is just over. Hell no. No. I want to say this first before I get into the meat of the video. White supremacist society is now gonna have to come up with an endless supply of Bill Cosbys to keep the spotlight off of their degeneracies that's just gonna keep coming out and they gonna keep doing. Rich niggas like y'all, Black Hollywood, is who the fuck they coming for next to get their nut off. Like I said, they trolling us with this Cosby incident, but I'm not naive to think that they just want the Bill Cosby situation to smolder over all their situations. They gonna look for some new fish, you understand? I'm not naive to it, so Black Hollywood shouldn't be naive to it, especially. So Black Hollywood better be ready. Black male Hollywood, don't be caught slipping. But let me detour. I want to get into this picture that y'all see in the thumbnail. What y'all looking at is a picture of a Nazi camp called Westerbork, B-O-R-K. And the reason I put that up there is I want y'all to notice something. I want to talk about black celebrity, Black Hollywood, and the damn near narcotized state that they be under, the sleep that they be under this system of white supremacy. Yeah, y'all thought he was gonna escape the I told you so part of it, but nah, not so fast. When you come to my channel, we gonna touch on all of that shit, right? So let me introduce it by saying, Bill Cosby, keep your dick in your pants. Shouldn't been fucking with them white hoes. Them hoes gonna get your ass every time because you black and they white, and that's all that there is to it, nigga. Should've stayed home with your wife and quit playing. Even if your bitch was down with that type of shit and down with you fucking white bitches, she fucking up. Don't ever fall for that shit in this system, boy. You're fucking up. Now, Westerbork was a Dutch Jew transition camp. Like before they shipped Dutch Jews off to Auschwitz and all these other different places to get killed, they let them chill in a little spot called Westerbork. It was like a holding cell from what I researched in the Netherlands. Alright, and the thing about Westerbork, motherfucker, it was like fucking Hollywood. It was like, fuck it, it's like America. It was like a resort for motherfuckers. It's like Fed camp. They had a live theater in that bitch where they could get live theater and plays and shit. They had a soccer team. They had private bathrooms. They had a hospital in that bitch. They had all the amenities of what a motherfucker would be like, man, yeah, this shit, we living it up when it comes to some old concentration camp type shit about to be led to some sort of slaughter. Motherfuckers would actually wish to go to that motherfucker. Like during this time period in the early 40s, 41, 40, 42 and shit like that, these Dutch Jews would want to go to this place. This was a place where they had all the stuff that I just said. They also had police in that bitch, so motherfuckers wouldn't get out of hand. Kind of like America. A bunch of amenities and some police around this bitch, right? And most of the Dutch didn't even know that they was finna get shipped off to be killed somewhere. They thought it was a comfortable place to lay back and kick it and chill. That's what made this shit so dirty. Like, you motherfuckers thought it was gonna be cool. What made it so gangster is that everybody who worked there stayed on code and kept the shit quiet. That these motherfuckers finna get killed, right? They called it benign facade, F-A-C-A-D-E, to make motherfuckers think shit was cool, basically. And what I want to say about Black Cosby-Wood, Black Hollywood, these motherfuckers have got caught up in a fucking Westerbork kind of mentality. This is the goddamn United States of Westerbork. And these motherfuckers, so many paid up multi-millionaire motherfuckers act like they don't know. Now, in my era in the 90s, look, if Bill Cosby wasn't too busy saying we need to pull our pants up, he would have heard us say something like, you better act like you know. That's something we used to say all the time. You better act like you know, motherfucker, for real. So, act like you know, goddammit, is what we saying. And the fact that these camps, they did, you know, probably minimal work. They did minimal work. They sat back and just chilled. And they were told that, hey, look, if you just come here, if you ever make it here, you get to chill. And if you ever got your knee scraped, you ever got your knee cut, we're gonna use some of this Westerbork insurance. It's gonna make sure your knee gets unscraped real right. You're gonna be looking real right when you leave this bitch. And then you'll be fit, ready to go on to your next work spot. So motherfuckers was full of hope at this shit, right? Was willing to sit there, go through that shit, and be prepped up and ready to go on to the next work spot. But the next work spot was usually a death camp that they killed your ass upon arrival type shit. It wasn't no jokes, right? So, we know what this is. One thing about degeneracy and white supremacist society, it's like Pringles. Once they pop, they can't stop. Once they taste rich Negro blood, they want more. So they not finna stop at Cosby. They want the rest of you Negroes. Is my point. They wanna see Westerbork for black celebrities. They want more of you, and they gonna get you. Or they gonna try to. They called it benign facade, is what they call it. Dutch Jews got all the amenities, healthcare, all this shit. theater productions to watch and participate in. I'm sure they were doing shit like, what's this movie, The Hand That Holds, The Hands That Touch, that coon ass bitch off in the shit. I'm sure they were doing shit like that to make the degenerate motherfuckers be humanized. Look around, Black Hollywood. Your Nazi colleagues are violating women at will while also on TV 24/7 allowing the production of this sickening practice of normalizing swirling with degenerate bloodlines, sicko, rapist, assaulting bloodlines, anti-black, racist, white males. They trying to make this a normal thing in Hollywood where you niggas at. Pay attention, Black Hollywood. This is what the fuck they're doing right around you. So, because we have a history of Black Hollywood being off code, you Hollywood, quiet, safe, Weezes the good ones, is Weezes don't want no troubles, boss ass niggas. Yeah, niggas, I need y'all to look around. Y'all have no help from those who are right up on your ass. Your white Hollywood colleagues, Asian Hollywood, Latino Hollywood, Indian Hollywood, Black Hollywood. Y'all notice that shit? They didn't help your motherfucking ass, Bill. They ain't help you, OG. If Bill Cosby is somewhere sitting wondering why his cohorts and such didn't come to his help during all this shit and turn coat on him as soon as the camera get in front of their face type shit, right? I'm gonna give him the answer if you listen, Dr. Cosby. And I know it's gonna hurt you to hear me say this, but this is what it is. They comfortable in Westerbork, just like you was, Bill. You hear me? The only thing is, they shipped you out to Auschwitz before they went and did anybody else out of the rich niggas. They came for the elder statesmen of the rich niggas first in Hollywood. Now they gonna come for the young, believe it. Also, Black Hollywood has a problem and some sort of mental block that tells them not to use their multi-millions to buy DAs and judges. Out of everybody that I heard speak this week about the Bill Cosby shit, Professor Black Truth brought this up, which I totally agree with. Like I say in my video, they bribe, we bribe. At least put down some money for some lobbyists to make sure you get legislation or some shit passed in your black ass favor if you're not gonna buy politicians. Rich niggas who don't want to spend your money right, who rather be tricking on out-of-town hoes than protect your well-being first and foremost. To me, that's some suicidal shit. You want to die, basically, if you got money and you ain't moving your money like that. That shit says a lot. That says a motherfucking lot. If this case has done nothing, it should at least dog whistle all prominent black men. Fucking black men, women, and children. Black child stars, goddammit. Start buying up DAs and judges. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Y'all can do it quicker than anybody. DAs are in office for only 4 years. How much money would that be to buy a motherfucker like that for 4 years? It wouldn't break you niggas. The motherfucker who just got Cosby sentenced, Kevin Steele, he in his 3rd year. He got 1 more year left. Shit, y'all need to get on code with it. Would you rather pay $1 million for 4 years worth of security, city for city, and all black Hollywood get on point with the shit, on code with it, city for city? I mean, come on. To Montgomery County, the Cosby trial cost $420,000. The jurors' hotels, the sheriff deputies, some security, and that was it. That was all that shit was. I want to ask Black Hollywood, would you rather have a whole county of taxpayers mad at you for having to pay that? Or would you rather just pay for your DA to be right? And for the effect of that to really trickle down into your community? Come on, man, shit, common sense, man. Or do y'all just want to be on some act like you don't know shit? Motherfuckers better act like y'all know. Motherfuckers in the black community is getting tired of black Hollywood bullshit. It's pennies compared to what y'all pay for bullshit every day. Your boats, your stupid ass trips with your stupid ass women, all the bullshit, stupid shit. Don't nobody, that shit ain't gonna protect your ass in Westerbork where we at, niggas. These black Hollywood type, I swear they on some weirdo shit, man. They can't wait to be actors in one of Westerbork's plays that they have. Playing in one of his little soccer games. You understand? For all you sports niggas, that's for y'all. Just pacifying diversion after pacifying diversion on y'all black asses. And y'all just look forward to just working there before they round y'all asses up and gas y'all asses. You Hannibal Buress ass niggas. So if anything, this case has shown black Hollywood, y'all niggas ain't safe. And y'all gonna have some snake motherfucker that snake y'all out sometime soon. I feel it. All these people you smiling with and being quiet for, they gonna sell you out to the Me Too movement for some crumbs. You got niggas sidelining the Cosby shit, looking for their next job, looking for their next opportunity after they done slandered Cosby the whole time. You got motherfuckers like that in the mix of what the fuck going on in black Hollywood. That's what I'm saying. Backbiting, backstabbing, opportunist, punk made, bitch built, Mackendall would have poisoned them ass motherfuckers, right? But it's a shame though, you know what I mean? Y'all motherfuckers are in a society where y'all could change shit the most, and these motherfuckers are keeping y'all quiet, neutered, dead to the world, with the off chance that y'all will get a special, a TV show, a commercial, some shit like that. They throwing short-lived, time-sensitive scraps in your face for you to shut the fuck up while you sitting in Westerbork. They sold you on the fact that you're in the United States of Westerbork, and this is the goddamn savior of the concentration camp world. That whatever white Hollywood offers you is something that you're being offered by the saints of the concentration camp world. We're the white Jesus you read about of the concentration camp world. And we're the supreme and dominant and most high IQ'd of the concentration camp world. Mr. Bill Cosby, Mr. P. Diddy. Y'all see that bullshit? It's the same fucking game they running in this bitch. And this Cosby case shows that black Hollywood fell for it hook, line, and sinker. That their disunity amongst a bunch of Richie Rich motherfuckers is glaring. This would be your Hannibal Buress, your Lisa Bonet's, your Keisha Knight Pulliams. Yep, she fell off at the end once they planted the guilty shit on him. Beverly Johnson, your D.L. Hughley, your Charlemagne the God, your Jamel Hills, you rich motherfuckers, man. Y'all falling for the bullshit. Y'all falling for the comforts that get given to y'all while y'all are in this kidnapped state that we dealing with. I don't know how many times they've shown y'all through their use of this system that they don't fuck with y'all, man. These motherfuckers have said it time and time again. It ain't no good one amongst none of you. And we'd rather die than treat any of you like us. This is how they think. This is the society they in. Bill Cosby been on this earth 80 years and has not realized that about his captivity here. Your friends, your colleagues, your party buddies that are part of white supremacist terrorist society, Bill, they have no intention of including you in justice, nor do they have any intention of dealing righteously with us. That's the hustable. Know what I mean? They kidnapped us and brought us to Westerbork, Bill. I wish somebody would have told Matt in his 20s so that any success that his ass got, he would already have it on his mind today. Like, oh, if I get my money right, I'm rigging this bitch to incinerate this bitch to the floor in my favor. I'm rigging this bitch to turn this whole situation around in my favor and the favor of my family that's sitting here with me in this bitch. That's why I try to reach today's 20-year-olds, man. You gotta get to the young, man, so they don't turn out to be like Bill Cosby. blind their whole life, no pun intended, to what the fuck going on, you know what I mean? And blind as to what the fuck to do about it. So, this reminds me of a recent post that I did, when they go low, we go low. This is another example of them being low, going low with their social, economic, and political arms of white supremacist terrorism to pull off some janky fuck ass bullshit shit, right? And as a matter of being on code right with them, the fact that they're showing you that they're going low, we need to go low and meet the low level that they go to, right where it started, in the judge's booth, right where it started in the media. Now, Bill did try to fucking buy NBC. He did try to buy a big media thing. But again, Bill, you gotta know that you are in Westerbork, my brother. You gotta know that if you was an inmate in Westerbork, Bill, they wouldn't allow you as an inmate to buy one of the megaphones or the radio phones that is used to tell the inmates to wake up or tell them to go to sleep, or when they gotta move around in the little camp or move around from hut to hut on their little resort style concentration camp. You know what I mean? They're not gonna let you buy that shit. But they showing how the low lynching works for black people. They showing us how business to them is to be done for black people. To a non-multi-millionaire person like me, who will protest getting racially profiled and gaffled up by the cops, only for coon-ass black people, police chiefs, lawyers, police captains to absolve the police that are policing Camp Westerbork. You see how this shit go? From me to a big nigga like Bill Cosby. I mean, that's all this little circus is about with us. Feeding their captive class through whatever ringer they want to, whenever. What happened is we just never saw it happen with an elder of status in America that's comparable to Bill Cosby, so they gave it to us. Alright, I told y'all in my video on dictatorship in America that Westerbork supremacist society, white supremacist society, whenever they feel like another group has got the best of them, or they took a L. So that would mean like all the rape accusers that tarnished the white male image of him being a saint up until Bill Cosby case got back into the forefront. All the fuckery that was going on with the police, all that shit that's tarnishing the white male image, showing his degenerate insides, his degenerate prolapsed ass. Whenever they face a blatant weakening of white supremacist PR, or a blatant weakening of white PR, they aggress black people. Alright, I want y'all to keep remembering this. I'm gonna keep putting it to y'all. They skip over everybody else to aggress us, Mr. Bill Cosby and colleagues. And why us, you ask? Because we are the first group of people they invested trillions into underdeveloping globally as a group. There goes that word group again. They invested all this money into underdeveloping us as a group and vilifying us globally over hundreds and hundreds of years, 500 years, 600, 700 years in some places on the earth. But look through the diaspora, anywhere that you look where black people are hurting at the hands of white supremacist terrorism, this process is present, keeping black people underfoot. I'll say again, financing the underdevelopment of a group requires that you vilify them also, to themselves and to everybody, so the coons can come out, so the haters can come out, right? If you're gonna target a group of people for raping, robbing, killing, you gotta rationalize all of this to the weak-minded amongst that group of people. People like a D.L. Hughley, Gabrielle Union, Erica Alexander, and this one dude, y'all, I just got a YouTube suggestion or recommendation for O'Shea Duke Jackson. I'm gonna digress a little bit, but I'm about to name a person that y'all might know. But y'all know I don't follow O'Shea Duke Jackson too much. You know, early on I saw he was like on some MGTOW sounding kind of shit, so that took me right on out of the listening range. But I guess he coming around and bringing on different guests now, platform blowing up a little bit, you know. But he had this dude on his channel named ABL that he did an interview with about the Cosby shit this week. On some Cosby deserved it shit and giving all these half-evidenced white supremacist media talking points about the shit. I'm just like, I might have to put this man on emasculation plantation just for the fun of it, just to have fun with this shit. I don't want no beef. Don't y'all start that shit up. But I do want to clown niggas and laugh at niggas that got the shit coming. That is one thing I like to do. But anyway, let me get back to it. Financing the underdevelopment of a group, first, it requires that you vilify them secondly and aggress them thirdly. Right? And this is a process that white supremacist terrorist society repeats over and over again and programs into their kids. How it's being done, programming them to be future Westerbork beat cops. They're using TV, film, schools, basically to restart the process through their kids to see that it continues. So like I said, the shit is not finna stop. If they finna keep coming down on us systemically, we need to respond systemically. Generation after generation after generation after generation after generation. Let's make it a system for dealing with they bullshit. If we know we wanna move a little wiser than our brother Bill Cosby and not just be finger wagging black society and all of this, let's start buying up our judicial bodies. Let's start buying up the social posts that are within this Westerbork. You know, Cosby did try with NBC to buy that, and that would have been great. He would have bought up the organization that held Matt Lauer in high esteem, right? But I guess, you know, we know his son was murdered. I guess like after that time, so I guess he felt he needed to lay low. I understand it. He was grieving, he needed to lay low. I get it. But let's take this opportunity to see, look, if we want to lay low from news shit and buying news stations, because we know that, you know, white society doesn't want to give us access to indict people 24/7 and make people look bad 24/7 like they do. Just look at what they do when they have access to the news. They know we gonna do that right back to their ass, right back to that ass. And they already see they put too much work in denigrating and vilifying blackness before the invention of radio and news. They spent a lot of time creating propaganda based on making black people the face of criminality, laziness, all this shit after slavery, because they were salty about that shit, so they had to find a way to make us look undesirable after we were freed and could move on our own volition and do what the fuck we wanted to do. Far, far, far away from making white people rich all day and we getting nothing, right? They hated that shit. Punk motherfuckers. But if we hanging back from news, we might as well slide on into politics. Can't trace that kind of money, and nobody would want to trace that kind of money. It's called lobbyism. That shit's illegal. So, had we been doing this, turning our black Hollywood money into judicial appointments, state's attorney appointments, just made it our culture. Had we been doing it repetitively, this situation with Cosby would have been much different. I really wanted Bill Cosby, you know, at this point in his life to have a lot more to show for his efforts other than just all this heartache and shit that he getting and going through. That's the fucked up part about it to me. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's what happens, man. We born in a country that don't really educate us on what's the best way to defeat its poisons. So you get people with a mentality like on some straight lunacy shit. And it goes back to my original point of just trying to make black people the face of everything bad around this bitch. Hey, you're in Westerbork, but hey, those prisons that are having to be built in Westerbork, hey, those are the fault of black people that they have to exist. The chattel slavery, beating, raping, killing of black people just to get some work done around Westerbork. Hey, that's black people's fault that all that had to happen to black people. Black people are the reason that that part of Westerbork had to exist. Not white weakness or degeneracy. See, this is the mind fuck they played with us. The entertainment reels and the opportunity to be in a play at Westerbork, well, that is the savior of black people. And oh yeah, the women of Westbork, oh, the police women, don't let me get started. Those are yours for the taking, black man. No consequence attached at all to that shit. Shit. This is the kind of confusion that get propped up by black Hollywood comfortable niggas. Your Kodak Blacks, your Lil Waynes. You hear me? And hey, Professor Black Truth, he kicked some knowledge on his post about the Cosby situation that, you know, boycotting and getting mad and that type of shit is like, it's a halfway job at getting results at the type of shit we need to be dealing with, right? The shit we need to be systemically attacking out here. And I agree with him. Y'all know I do boycott type of shit, intel bounties on certain figures of account around this bitch. That's all about sucking money out of businesses by them merely associating with evil motherfuckers. I think it's a pretty unique and good idea, you know? But I agree, if boycotting is the poor man's way to get some shit done or whatever, then the other half of the conversation is we need to get on the heads of these paid up motherfuckers, these rich motherfuckers, or just have some sort of code to where we own some shit like, everybody, let's get our money together in a communal way, at a black bank, a communal way, some kind of way to where we know, look, this is the paper the DA fund. Don't nobody touch it or we murk your ass type of shit, you know what I mean? But you know, that's what I be thinking in my brain. But the overarching lesson that I have is for the rest of Black Hollywood. Look, y'all ain't gonna be able to be nice and smiling and be able to escape white people trying to cover up their tracks for their dirt. They coming for black heads to cover up their dirt. Y'all better learn real quick to do something else with y'all black millions. You can't just be squeaky clean like Cosby and do your job, and that be enough to prevent a Tamir Rice going to a grand jury where they let both of the cops, the Timmy Loman, and I forget the other one, letting them both off. You know what I mean? LeBron, you nigga, you know what I mean? You can't just be squeaky clean and that be enough. Kevin Hart, Will Smith, both of y'all Philly niggas, and this shit just went down in y'all damn home state with this motherfucking shit with Bill Cosby and shit. You know what I'm saying? Jill Scott. Yo, backpedaling ass, you ain't gonna always be able to you gonna be able to do that shit all the time, girl. Hell nah. You motherfucker. You understand? Who else? You can't just be on a boat smiling with your wife, posting up videos of y'all doing the damn kazumba every 2 seconds, and that'd be enough. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle punk ass union. You can't just push church down niggas' throats, and that'd be enough. Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley ass niggas. You can't just push Yasser Boston down niggas' throats. Charlemagne the God, Dak Prescott, badass Roland Martin, and all you boule ass, black Greek ass niggas, you understand? They want you dead and fucked up too, nigga. It's just they can put your type of black person around their finger on a yo-yo string and just release and catch and release your stupid ass at will. Not me. Not nobody on my channel is making it around like that and finna live a fuck ass life like that. So what's it gonna be, all you Hollywood niggas, black Hollywood niggas? We all on the USS Westerbork in this bitch. Us on the bottom of the ship, we already got our chains off, all the way the fuck off. Everybody just happened to have life jackets, and we done started poking holes in the bottom of this bitch. And the water is slowly coming into this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So you niggas at the top of the ship, you better be ready when we get up there, or else your throat finna get cut with the same knife we was poking holes in the bottom of the ship with. That's what's happening. But yeah, just drop that shit, man, for motherfuckers to know, man. Ain't no fucking jokes and laughs, you understand? Ain't no laughs and jokes neither. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the notification so you can know when I'm dropping. Get it, y'all.